Hello and welcome to Fireside History. Today we're getting into the last couple of bits of the Arzawan rebellion against Mershali II. I'm going to be reading again from the Comprehensive Annals as Mershali goes after, the rebels. I, my son, went to Mount Arinanda. This mountain is very steep and extends out into the sea. It is also very high, difficult of access, and rocky, and it is impossible for horses to advance up it. The transportees held it en masse, and the infantry were above en masse, since it was impossible for horses to advance up the mountain. I, my son, went before the army on foot, and went up Mount Arinanda on foot. I beleaguered the transportees with hunger and thirst, and under pressure of hunger and thirst, they came down and fell at my feet. Our Lord, do not destroy us. Our Lord, take us into subjection, and lead us up to Hattusha. Now, the other stronghold was Paranda. I made a mistake when I said they were one and the same. I think last video. That's wrong. Two separate ones. I'm sorry. I'm only human. And I'm often distracted these days with my own research into Scottish history. So, sorry about that. Bear with me. Now, after he conquered Mount Arinanda, Mershali turned his attention to Paranda the following year after he set up a winter camp over near the Ashtarpa River, and so he could stay nearby. And then the next year, like I said, he came to siege Paranda, and he captured it. Thus was his conquest of Uaziti's kingdom complete. Uaziti died in exile and only had one of his sons who returned to the kingdom to try to defend it or overtake it. His name was Tapala Zunawali. Try saying that 5 times fast. But with the fall of Paranda, Arzawan resistance was unended. And it was up to Mershali to appoint a new king over in Arzawa. And he appointed his own man. Now, there's only a few other states left in the Arzawa complex, notably in the Saya River land, whose king Manapa Tarhunda had formed an alliance with Uaziti, and Tarhunda panicked when he heard of the Hittite king's approach, fresh from the victory over Uaziti's kingdom, and bent on further vengeance. He had no alternative but to throw himself at the feet of, Mershali. And Manapa Tarhunda sent a messenger to him, and, the record reads from the Comprehensive Annals, Manapa Tarhunda sent a messenger to me, and wrote to me as follows, My lord, do not kill me, take me into subjection. My lord, the people who have fled to me, I will hand over to my lord. Now, sadly for Manapa Tarhunda, Mershali wasn't in a forgiving mood. And to his mind, Tarhunda had forfeited all right to merciful treatment, and, he was soon reminded that he was disloyal. As Mershali tells him in the Comprehensive Annals, Once when your brothers expelled you from your land, I recommended you to the people of Karkisha, and also rewarded the people of Karkisha on your behalf. In spite of that, you did not come to my side, and you joined forces with my enemy, Uaziti. Am I now to take you into subjection? And the thing is, he likely would have destroyed the man, but for some reason he changed his mind. And we get more from the annals. I would certainly have marched against him and destroyed him utterly, but he sent forth his mother to meet me. She came and fell at my knees and spoke to me as follows. My lord, do not destroy us. Take us, my lord, into subjection. And since a woman came to meet me and fell at my knees, I gave way to the woman, and thereupon I did not march to the Saya River land. And I took Manapa Tarhunda and the Saya River land into subjection. Now, this suggests this is a very remarkable incident. No joke. Now you could read into it the cynical gesture of, well, he can't commit himself to a war in that direction, which, yeah, that's absolutely true. Take the cynical route. But the thing is, you can't also forget that Mershali has, over the course of his life, makes a career of being chivalrous. And he's a very remarkably merciful man. He's very remarkable for his mercy. And his chivalry is almost unparalleled amongst all the Bronze Age kings in history. And he would go so far as to, well, forgive slights he shouldn't have for his chivalry, as we'll soon see in a later episode. But here, he demonstrates also, I think, a soft spot for a maternal figure, as his own fondness for his own mother was probably a defining characteristic to him, given that his mother was banished when he was young. So, Queen Henty. And so, Mershali's vulnerability there is a little interesting. But like I said, he also could not commit to a war in that direction. He had other matters to see to. And if diplomacy can neuter an enemy and not waste military resources, this is the best option for him. Now, Manapa Tarhunda was accepted into Hittite vassalage with a treaty drawn up with him. So were other Arzawan states like Hapala and Mira, who were quick to acknowledge Hittite overlordship as well. Targash Nali was reinstated as vassal ruler of Hapala, and a man called Mashui Lua was appointed the ruler of Mira. And we'll have more to say about him later. So within 4 years of his coronation, Mershali had accomplished a feat that not even his father had been able to do. He had conquered all of Arzawa in almost one fell swoop. He had pretty much thrown down the old kings who had been able to resist Shupiliumish enough that he just didn't see the point in trying, and he didn't want to because he was kind of nervous about fighting in that direction. Mershali, though, with enough concerted effort and with the Syrian veterans, crushed it all in just the 4 first years of his reign. That is amazing. That is amazing. So, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. And tell me what you think was the motivation behind Mershali. Should we read both the positive and the negative aspect? Like, he didn't want to waste resources. You know, this was the better option and the more political gesture. But also, he genuinely didn't like the idea of killing a mother or causing her to suffer too much. I think it was a combination of both. But I'm a fairly optimistic, idealistic person, I guess. But I still like the intelligent idea that, well, the intelligent option of, well, it's not worth fighting. I'll take it, but I'm going to make the guy sweat before I grab everything he's got and, and conquer without pulling up my sword. So as I said, like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment, and hit that notification bell to stay tuned for more of our Fireside and even our other episodes that we'll have incoming for you in the next few days.